At the dawn of Kenya's independence, Home Affairs Minister Oginga Odinga deported Ian Henderson. This was in 1964. Henderson, who spoke fluent Kikuyu, was a British police officer in the colonial administration. He was famous for leading the team of Kikuyu police officers and informers who tracked and finally captured Mau Mau leader Dedan Kimathi. In those days, Oginga's ministry was in charge of the police and prison services. This was at a time when the mood in the newly independent Kenya was different. Africans were in charge, and leaders in government faced pressure to deport certain European civil servants in the public interest. One such civil servant was Henderson, as Prime Minister and Oginga's boss. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta was keen to portray a reconciliatory image. Just months earlier, he had assured white settlers in Nakuru that his government would not pursue revenge. "We will forgive, but not forget," he told them. Henderson was no settler, but according to Oginga in his book, Not Yet Uhuru, Africans could not understand at all how we could tolerate Henderson's continued presence in Kenya. They wanted him deported. When the matter was brought to his attention, Mzee was cautious and non-committal. Mzee was in a dilemma, recalled Oginga. The Prime Minister, he added, instructed him to take the matter in hand. Oginga promptly deported Henderson and 2 Europeans who were making a practice of anti-African talk in hotels and other public places. Following the deportation, Oginga was left on his own to fend off accusations by British expatriates that in deporting Henderson, he acted independently. It may not have been clear what Mzee directed him to do, but it was clear that Oginga was angered by the accusations. In November of 1964, British intelligence and newspapers accused Oginga of smuggling into the country arms from Russia and China to cause a rift between the two. The vice president in waiting was not going to have it easy with the British, who were afraid of Oginga's radical domestic policies, which threatened British interests in Kenya. After the deportation, Henderson went on to serve for years as security advisor to the Al Khalifa ruling family in Bahrain, where he was referred to as the Butcher of Bahrain, after heading the Bahraini secret police that detained and tortured thousands of anti-government activists to protect the UK-backed Arab government. His activities included the ransacking of villages, sadistic sexual abuse, and using power drills to maim prisoners. On many occasions, he detained children without informing their parents, only to return them months later in body bags.